What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, compare games from tabletop to video games. And today's episode we are hand testing my new Ogdoadic deck because this deck is very different from the last deck that I played and got second place with. Because instead of playing the Invoke engine, we are now playing with Dragon Links and there is such a big difference. Now, the deck is still in progress and being worked on because first we started out with 60 cards and now we're down to 50 cards, so it's not quite done. But in today's video, we're going to be showing the potential that this deck actually have because the end boards that this deck can make is even better than even Dragon Links, and you can even potentially hand loop your opponent for 4 cards plus having a full board full of negation. So with that being said, let's get started. What we're going to be doing is first we're going to power shuffle to see how consistent the deck is because we don't really want to build our hand and then just play off with that opening hand because we want to see how consistent this deck can be and what kind of boards we can actually open. So first we're going to power shuffle, then cut, then roll a die and see how many cards we're going to put at the top to the bottom. And once we do that, then we have an idea of what we're going to be doing. But also for this hand testing, we're just going to play if our opponent has like 5 vanillas in hand. So it's not right at the level that we want to start dealing with interruptions. We just want to see how the deck could play on its own. And then after that, we'll be all set. Then we could start playing around interruptions and how to play with our own interruptions as well. So let's roll the dice, see what we get. 2. Okay, so 1, 2. Now I know some of you might be like, didn't we just do this? Well, there was clearly an issue with the last video of cheating, so definitely had to redo it. So that's what we're going to do right now. So far we have the logos, we have the Black Dragon, 2 lawns, and 1 water lily. Okay, so not so bad. So we're going to normal logos, play quick launch. We're going to special out our amazing tracer. Now we have a few things we could definitely make Chaos Ruler right away, or if we want, we could also make our King Fell Imp, and then we could start getting a few of our cards like that. But I think right now, since we actually want plus a bit, we're just going to synchro for Chaos. Use Chaos. Let's see. So not yet. Okay. Quick launch again. Light Serpent, White, and Chaos Space. So this is actually amazing. So we're going to get the Naya, obviously. And the rest is going to go to the grave. Now we're going to just deck thin a bit. So we're going to go and send the Curse. Yeah, pretty nice. Okay. Now we are going to use the Curse right away because we're going to tribute to special. Then special. Use the effect of Naya to get our second Water Lily. We just want plus as much as possible because we're going to be building our hand very soon. Okay, now we could summon black. Obviously, send the white. Now, we're going to use Chaos Space. 2 put at the bottom. So let's just shuffle it real good. Cut it in half. Goes to the bottom. And we're going to draw, and we draw another Naya. Not so good, but it's okay. We still got a lot of plays to do. So we're going to link it for our Striker Dragon. Use black, get white, and Striker. Usually it would be Chainlink 1 and then Chainlink 2, but we're adding both anyway, so let's get the boot. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to send banish the black for the white. We're going to overlay for king, use king, and we'll get, let's see, okay, get that and that and that. That's not so bad. We're going to get our Light Serpent. And the reason why we're getting a Light Serpent is because when we use Flogos now, we're going to send Light Serpent to add, and then Light Serpent gets special summon. So now we have 6 cards in hand. And we could do a lot of plays, so we're going to cut. First thing we're going to do is definitely make Saruja now. And right over here, because we're pretty set. There's a few things that we also still want to get, but we have a few plays that we could definitely do. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So definitely really good hand. So the stuff that we definitely want to keep: Chaos, Omni, a Water Lily, a Crick, and we still have more stuff. So other stuff that we could definitely switch for. So we could definitely keep the Nunu since we didn't play it yet, and now we still have more cards. So yeah, we could definitely put the Boot in hand. And for Omni, we're going to get the Flogos. So then these 3 are going to go to the bottom of the deck. And this is our hand now. Quite good. No complaints. Okay. Let's use Saruja's effect to special. And use Omni to target himself. So we're going to send the Flogos. And we're going to get the Vaughngear. Okay. So that's all set up. Next, we're going to link the Omni for our LP. Use LP. Because now 2 link monsters are pointing. So now we could use the LP's effect. And we're going to special summon the Cypher. Okay? Because that is going to add back our 11 years later on. Okay, pretty nice. So now we're going to link again for Bitsy. Use Bitsy now. And we're going to go and get the Tracer. Okay. We're going to link, since they are preventing us to supposed to summon anything else but dragons. And we're going to link it. We have a few options. We can make the Protector, or we can make Verte Anaconda right away. I think we're going to hold up, because at least now we can make Herald after, if we choose. So perfect. Now we're going to send Nunu, which is going to send our Queen. And then we're going to use the Water Lily, which is going to send the King. And we're going to also special our amazing... Oh, we have a few options, but we're going to special the King. Okay. Very nice plays. Okay. So we are missing the Zora, sadly. So that is the only plays that we're missing. So technically, I could have sent the Zora instead and then do that. That would have actually worked a little bit more. Okay. So we'll do that. So we're going to go and use Nunu's effect. Do special. We're going to overlay for King of the Pharaoh Imp. And the reason why we're doing this is because if we check, let's see. So we did that, we did that, we sent that, and that, and that. And yeah, no more of that. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to go and detach. And we're going to get our Zora now. Okay. So that's all done. So still amazing hand. So we're going to go use Chaos Vaughngear. We're going to banish the LPs and the King of the Pharaohs. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to shuffle back 1 card from our opponent's hand. Not an issue. Next, we're going to link for Seal. Okay. We still have a lot of plays. So the next thing that we're definitely going to do is we could definitely do this and that, non-issue, or even do that. So definitely we have a lot of pro plays on what we're going to be doing. One that I think would be perfect is actually do the Chaos. So we're going to go and banish 1 light and 1 dark. But we definitely want something that we could actually special summon and do follow-up plays with. So let's check in here. Okay. So we are going to banish a light and dark, which is going to be the
pretty hard. I was going to play. No, you know what? Yeah, I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to banish the striker and the white buster. There we go. Now we're going to use our cipher, which is going to add the 11-year back to hand. Okay. So that's all done. Now we're going to use chaos. So we're going to use him, the striker, and the king. Okay. And we're going to supposed to summon the cipher. So pro plays. Now we do have a lot of plays that we could do right here, right now. So one of them is actually we can make all of them, or most of them, to actually make Appaloosa. So we're going to actually do this. We're going to link these three for Appaloosa with 3 negates. Okay. Now what we're going to do is use chaos. And because the effect to actually use like the actual effects, you can only do once, but the inherent summon, you can do that as many times as you want. So that's why we're going to choose the Destruction Sword. And why not? And 1 Light Serpent, because we don't really need those. Okay. Now we're going to overlay for our amazing Titan Galaxy. Definitely good to have. Well, definitely is needed to have. Next, we're going to activate our boot. And we have so many good plays that we could do right now. It's just ridiculous. We could even do this, get it, special, do that. Okay, you know what? I would actually do that. So I would actually do quick launch. Get our Rocket Tracer. Okay. We're going to use our Rocket Tracer. Okay, so we're actually going to pop the boot, okay, to special. And we're going to special the Rocket Synchron, okay? So our opponent only has 4 cards in hand at the moment. So sadly, we did not really calculate with Zoa. If he actually was able to pair him before or consider it, then it would have actually been 2 cards. So we did do a little misplay, but I think this board would still be very decent. So after summoning him, what we're going to do over here is we definitely have to check because we did that. Okay, very nice. Okay, so we are going to link for Verte Anaconda. We are now going to use our Chaos Ruler. So we're going to use Chaos Ruler. Let's banish the Light Serpent. Not over Ogdoadics because we actually want them for follow-up turn. So definitely we're going to banish the Light Serpent and Rocket Tracer. Okay, so these are banished. Special. We're going to link for, where is our red? And then finally, we're going to use Verte. And Verte is going to make us pay 2,000 to send. And then send the Red Eyes and the Dark Magician. For Jagoon. Okay? So our opponent is down by 1 card. We could have done more, but sadly misplayed. And definitely, this is why I do really appreciate this deck, because even when you're doing misplays as well, there's definitely a lot to learn. And even for me, definitely I did not master this deck. I still have a lot of work of trying to make it as competitive as possible. But so far, it is still really good, because even though your opponent only got 1 card shuffled back, there's definitely other ways to make your opponent even lose even 5 cards in hand with having negation. But this is still really good, because on your opponent's turn, he's going to have 5 cards. Now, Appaloosa has 3 negates. Dragoon has 1. Titan has 1. Hot Red has 1. And also, Ogdoadic has 1 interruption. So you're literally talking about 6 negates and 1 interruption. And now, the best thing about Titan, okay, that a lot of people are not familiar. They only recognize this monster for actually negating spell cards. But his effect is, when your opponent declares an attack, you can redirect the attack to him, and it goes straight to the damage calculation. Now, why this is really good is that if your Ogdoadic Seal or your Appaloosa is threatened because your opponent just summons a monster and goes to battle phase to attack, you can redirect the attack to Titan, okay? And then the other best part, since the attack goes straight to the damage calculation, not damage step, damage calculation. So you have the start of the damage step, then you have damage calculation, then the end of the damage step. So that means if it goes straight to the damage calculation, your opponent cannot play any cards at the start of the damage step. So cards like Forbidden Droplet, they cannot play. So as soon as you redirect the attack, your opponent pretty much cannot do anything unless they have like Dust Spot 4. So that's why this is actually a very strong board, is because you're not really worried about battle fight phase either. And that's it for Ogdoadic hand test.
And that's it for Ogdoadic hand testing. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you guys want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review on this channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, Vaughngear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.